So, hello everyone. Welcome to Judiciary Gold. My name is Arjita Chaturvedi, and I'm the project manager for Judiciary Gold. And today, in our session, we have the session for Toppers Talk we are conducting today. And for our session with us today, we have Irshita Kesharwani, who recently secured rank 1 in the Odisha Judicial Services examination. So, in the Toppers Talk session today, we'll be discussing about how did she go about the preparation for all these stages of the examination. So, some brief background about Ishita. Ishita has done her 5-year law course graduation from National Law University, Ranchi, from the in the batch 2014-2019. And she appeared for the Odisha Judicial Services examination in the batch of 2019-2020. And recently, her result came out wherein she secured rank 1. So we welcome Irshita with us now. And Irshita, first of all, a hearty congratulations to you for getting this fabulous, amazing result.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, Irshita, before we start with the session and we actually get into what was your preparation and everything about, can you just tell us, first of all, something about yourself? What is your background? Where do you stay? And before all of this, how was your life for you before judiciary, before law?
Well, to start, I'm from there's in the state of Orissa. There's a small village. It's called Gadpos. The name is Gadpos, and it falls under Sambalpur district jurisdiction. And I'm right now staying there only, and I'm a resident of that village. And
Okay.
after, like, before law, I was a science student. In my
Okay.
plus two, also I took science because there's this notion of parents that whatever you do after science, you can at least go somewhere. Apart from science, there's nothing else like
Right.
really reliable.
Right.
So I was a science student, even though I was very bad at it. While I was growing up, I had realized, but because my parents said, I took science.
Okay.
And actually, this is a very interesting thing, how I joined law, because after the Nirbhaya gang rape case, at that time I was in 12th, and I was about to graduate in 12th. And
Mhm.
after the Nirbhaya gang rape case, there were certain amendments that were brought in CRPC and IPC and everything.
Right.
And also there was this committee formed, Justice Verma committee. So
Right. Right.
while I one day I was returning from my college to my home or something, I bought a magazine. I was reading the recommendations that were made by Justice Verma committee. So that actually was very interesting, and I was really engrossed. And from that point, I decided to pursue law. Before that, I was actually collecting in my bag the courses in which I would not have to study math, science, or whatever. But at that point, that I would say that was the pivotal point of my life when I decided that I would study law, and I just there was no turning back, and I went ahead with that.
So it's been quite a, I would say, upside down journey from a science background to, like after having science background, people usually expect you that you might probably go for IIT field or, probably go for engineering or something like
Yeah.
that. And that's obviously a
Yeah.
very common notion what people think, yeah, when you're having science as a background, there are much more options available to you. So
Yes. Yes.
after like choosing law, you gave CLAT and you were selected in National Law University, Ranchi, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So how was your 5-year law experience? Like how was college? Like what all activities were you involved in while you were there and for your 5 year?
College was actually fun, I would say. It was really fun, and it was the 5 years experience was, I mean, it was amazing. And the campus was very good. The teachers were really good. And I would say I was not involved in many, extracurricular activities. I was into sports, and
Okay.
I was not into mood courts or all these things. I was interested in MUNs, but I only did two MUNs and not after that. So I was not into those like mooting and everything. From since the beginning, I had decided that I would go for judiciary, so that those things did not really quite attracted me, because
Hmm.
it's generally perceived that if you are going into corporate, then you should have a strong CV, but if you're going for judiciary, that's not required.
Right.
So I was not interested in those things. I from the Since the beginning, I had decided that I will go for judiciary. So I used to study. I was like really I used to be really attentive in my class, and just in the evening So as I was saying, that college was fun, and I, you just used to study, and then in the evening I used to play sports, basketball, volleyball, all those things, and that was it. I was not into much many things, so I would say that.
मतलब जुडिशरी करना आपका स्टार्टिंग से डिसाइडेड था, लाइक राइट फ्रॉम द मोमेंट यू वेंट
Yes,
इनटू योर 5 year लॉ कोर्स आपने सोच के रखा था कि यू विल बी मेकिंग करियर इनटू जुडिशरी.
yes,
Okay. So I
yes.
would want to know, and our viewers would also want to know that was there any motivating factor for you, like something that made you incline towards, like usually law करने के बाद there are other career fields also that is available, litigation है, corporate law firms हैं. So anything in specific, yeah, anybody who inspired you, motivated you to go for judiciary and leaving all those other career options?
See, I'll tell you, actually, nobody in my family is a lawyer or an advocate, or, nobody actually pursued law. Nobody has graduated in law. So
Okay.
I was the first in my, first generation of my family, I was there. And
Hmm.
after that, my siblings have also, one of my sister cousin is studying in NU Ranchi as well.
Okay.
So after that, my siblings continued that thing, but I was the first generation lawyer from my family. So, and nobody in my family is a government officer. Everybody, like, we are businessman. My father
Hmm.
is a businessman, and everybody is involved in business. So since my childhood, I decided that I would be doing something. I actually wanted to be a government officer since my childhood. And then when I was growing up, this only became stronger. And as I was in law, as I was interested in law, then that was like, I will be doing judiciary. That was final. And also my father motivated me, my parents, my brother, they all motivated me. And also there was a friend of mine who was constantly motivating me, and he was constantly my wall. So I would say these are the people who have like played really important roles in my life.
So in your life, there have been a lot of people who have motivated you, who have helped you to reach the place that you are today. Like, you finally achieved your dream of becoming a part of our very coveted Indian judiciary. So,
Yes.
the very main thing before anybody starts for judiciary preparation is that you need to decide which are those states that I would want to go for. And a lot of times, a lot of judiciary aspirants are not just relying on one state, but they are aiming various different states. So, how was it for you? Like,
Yes.
आपका एक ही aim था Odisha state, or were you trying for other states as well?
Um, Actually, when I graduated, I had not decided that I would only go for Orissa, but after a while, I thought that I should stick to Orissa only. And if other examinations come, if other notifications come, I'll attempt. But my main focus was Orissa, because this is my homestead, and this is where I intend to reside in my future as well. So, and luckily for me, just after 3 months or 3 or 4 months of graduating, this was the first state of whose notification came out. So the Orissa was the first and only state whose forms I filled up, and luckily I got through it. So I would say this was also coincidental, and this was a little bit of planned. So yeah, both.
Yeah, because like we all saw this year that because of the COVID reason and the pandemic, a lot
Yeah.
of judiciary exams have been postponed and they have been delayed up to a lot of extent. So judiciary, in terms of Odisha, worked out for you, and in your first attempt, you were able to crack in and get such an amazing rank. So the
Yeah.
strategy when we talk about for these judiciary exams, we agree that every student has a different strategy. सबके अलग-अलग फंडे फॉर्मूले होते हैं. But what was
Yes.
your strategy for overall the entire judiciary preparation for prelims, mains, everything?
Yes. So for prelims, I would say, as everybody suggested, I used to ask to everyone that they used to suggest me that mug up the Bear Act. And it's really true. You should mug up your Bear Act. Not just mug up, but understand. That's what I did. I used to, understand what is the provision is about, what is the background of the provision, and then I used to mug up. Obviously, you need to mug up. Nobody can just read and memorize it at once.
Right.
So I used to revise every Bear Act, day by day, like 2 days for CRPC, 2 days for CPC, like that. I had made my timetable, and timetable making is a must. You should make a timetable. You should have a routine. Only that then you will be, cope up with your timetable. That way you will be competing yourself against time. So
Right.
that I used to do. I marked up the Bear Act. I marked up the landmark cases of the Bear Act, and also I used to study current affairs, both legal and like general current affairs. So I used to do that in prelims, and as I said, revise and revise and revise. That's all.
Okay.
Then after prelims, I got through prelims. For mains, mains first of all, I read the books, the provisions, bare acts, provisions, and everything, and background of, like, for example, if we see conspiracy, why conspiracy was added, like conspiracy has been added, it was not initially the part of original IPC.
Right,
So
right.
why it was added? What was the motive behind adding sedition to IPC? So these are like the 2013 amendments. This is, I think, for me, I cannot just read something and mug that up
Put it
and
down on the paper.
go.
Yeah.
I need to go to the core of that thing, why it was added, what is the objective, everything I need to know. That's I think that is with me. So I used to do that, and the main thing I would say helped me was I used to write every single day. My exam was postponed. It was scheduled to be held on 30th March, and it got postponed, and it was finally held on 3rd November. So around 7 to 8 months it got delayed.
That's a big
I
amount
used to
of
write every single
postponement.
day. Yeah, exactly. I used to write every single day. I used to practice every single day writing. For mains, you need to have, your writing practice. I
Writing
chose a
practice,
pen,
yeah.
which pen is the best for me. And 3 hours every day in the morning, 9 to 12. I used to write every day. I used to solve questions, Orissa questions, like Orissa Judiciary previous year's question. Then I did that. And yeah, in the lockdown also, I used to get demotivated. I used to lose my patience, but there was someone who used to motivate me, and who was constantly motivating me throughout my journey. So I was lucky that I had someone in my life who was doing that. And yeah, I was persistent. That's all you need, to be consistent in whatever you do.
It's a
And for
dedication
interview,
and it's a willpower
yeah,
that is
yeah,
required to push your
exactly.
main result.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
And for interview,
yeah, please
okay,
continue.
for interview, everybody. Yeah, sorry. Everybody suggested that watch the videos, mock interview videos I watched,
Right.
and I used to practice speaking before the mirror.
Okay.
That I used to do. So these for interview, I used to study the current affairs and everything, because provisions I have already studied in mains and prelims.
Right.
I just studied the current affairs, the legal current affairs, the landmark judgments that have been delivered by the Honorable Supreme Court and everything. And I used to practice speaking before the mirror. That's all.
That must have really boosted up your confidence that how does it feel to be actually sitting in front of
Yeah,
an examiner?
exactly. Yes, yes.
And what was your daily timetable like? Now, when we look at all the law subjects that are there and all the other subjects that we have to study for the judiciary exam, we usually
Hmm.
bifurcate them as major laws and minor laws, and how they say it as that majors को ज़्यादा time दो, majors पे ज़्यादा focus करो, but don't even leave the minors behind. So this is something that
Mhm.
usually काफी कबार, a lot of times ये aspirants को काफी confusion में कर देता है कि मैं how do I plan my day, how do I go about it? मैं सब कुछ तो नहीं कर सकता एक दिन में. So what was your strategy for that? Ki balancing all the laws simultaneously?
मेरा ये था कि मैं 1 महीने की वो करती थी, बिकॉज लॉकडाउन में यू डोंट नो व्हेन द एग्जाम्स डेट्स आर गोना कम आउट,
Right,
राइट?
right.
सो तब पता नहीं था कि कब आने वाला है, कुछ पता नहीं था, सब कुछ डाइसी था। तो मैं 1 महीने का टाइम टेबल बनाती थी। 1 महीने में जैसे 30 days हुए, तो 3 days आई यूज टू डेडिकेट फॉर सीआरपीसी, 3 days फॉर आईपीसी, नॉट आईपीसी बट CPC, and 2 days to evidence, because evidence is comparatively shorter than both. So
Right.
ऐसा करके I used to plan out my whole month, and उसी के according I used to study. And
Okay.
ऐसा नहीं है कि दिन में इतने घंटे इसको देना है. Once I have started reading something, I'll finish that. Then then only I'll switch to some other subject. So I used to do that. And ऐसा नहीं है कि एक subject को मैंने ज्यादा ध्यान दिया, एक को दूसरे को कम. It's just that some subjects are inherently exhaustive, like inherently so much, too much. Like
Like
CRPC बहुत ज्यादा
constitution,
है, तो आप
CPC.
उसको, yeah, exactly, आप उसको चाह के भी कम टाइम नहीं दे सकते. And
Right.
SRA limitation, those are very small subjects, तो
Hmm.
आप चाह के भी उसको ज्यादा टाइम नहीं दे सकते, I would say. तो
Hmm.
ऐसा ही प्लान था मेरा. मैंने दिन का प्लान नहीं किया था, मैंने एक मंथ का पूरा प्लान किया था.
And like a lot of aspirants, a lot of people who are preparing for all these exams, itna zyada postpone hue hain exams in the past year, that a lot of times, it's testing your patience. Ab itne time se preparation kar rahe ho and there's no clue ki exam kab hone wala hai. So it's
Yeah.
but natural for you to feel stress, for you to feel anxiety, nervousness. So how did you manage? Because
Hmm.
a lot of times in this situation, hum apna, persistence, hum apna पढ़ने का जो हमारा टाइम टेबल था, हम एक गिव अप ही कर देते हैं, our motivation is completely gone. So how did you
Yes.
kept yourself completely upbeat about the exam कि नहीं पढ़ना है, I have to continue, I have to stay dedicated?
See, when you're reading something, on and on and on, like every day we used to read something, that very same thing every day we used to read. Because
Right.
judiciary mein the syllabus is judiciary mein syllabus limited hai. It's not
हाँ.
like IS exam या civil service ऐसा नहीं है कि you have to read everything under the sun. So you have to read that very same thing again and again and again. So I used to get bored also. So when I used to get bored, I used to read major judgments, or I have subscription in Bar and Bench and all those
Live
sites.
law.
So कभी भी कुछ update आता था, या live law exactly. So I used to read that, and I used to read the whole judgment. उसमें से कुछ point मिल जाता था, then I used to research on that. So I used to do these things when I was getting bored of the books, the texts. So I used to do these things. And one thing I'll tell you, since the day I started preparing, not just since the day, but yeah, since the day I started preparing for OJS, I had in mind that I have to secure rank 1. Rank
Right.
2 is also not an option. If I had gotten rank 2, I would have cried, trust me. So
Okay.
that was my aim when I went since the first day, I was aiming for rank 1 only. So whenever I used to, feel low, I used to think that rank 1 लाना तो पढ़ना ही होगा. What will make me different from other students who are other candidates who are also aiming at rank 1? This is the only thing that will make me different. अगर मैं consistent रहूंगी, जो कि बहुत मतलब नहीं हो पाता बहुत लोगों से, वही
हाँ.
मुझे edge देगा, और
हाँ.
वैसे ही मैं different हो पाऊंगी, और वैसे ही मुझे rank 1 आएगा. So that was my motivation.
So what I can understand is कि आपका preparation was not just about reading and mugging up things, but it was also following a critical approach कि चीजों के concepts
Yes.
अच्छे से समझना, उनका laws के past, उनके present में क्या चीजें चल रही हैं. At the same time, keeping in touch with the
Yes.
current legal knowledge also that is going on. कोई amendment law क्यों लाया गया, purpose क्या था. So it was a full critical,
Yes.
deduction वाला approach से जिससे you have prepared for your
Exactly.
judiciary exams. And I guess this is what made you
And
different from all the other
yes,
people who
yes.
cleared this exam. This is what makes an aspirant and a rank holder separate, different from the other people who cleared the exam.
Yes, yes. And one thing I'll tell you, it will make your answer sheet, a lot different from others. Because आपको अगर current affairs पता होंगे, आपको objective, आपको कुछ different पता होगा, books तो सबको ही पढ़ते हैं. तो आपको कुछ
Definitely.
अलग पता होगा, तो that you can also mention in your answer sheet, and that will, that will make your answer sheet really lucrative. So this was also a reason. अगर मैं provision पढ़ रही हूँ section 376, तो मैं इधर उधर की भी बहुत सारी चीजें पढ़ती थी कि यहाँ क्या हुआ, वहां क्या हुआ. जैसे बांग्लादेश में फिर से रेप के लिए आपने डेथ सेंटेंस को अलाउ कर दिया. तो ये सब डिफरेंट चीजें भी आप अपने आंसर शीट में मेंशन कर सकते हो. दैट विल मेक योर आंसर शीट रियली डिफरेंट. सो दैट वाज माय अप्रोच.
Okay. So one last thing I would want to know from you, that as a general advice, एक general message आप क्या देंगे हमारे बाकी सारे judiciary aspirants or viewers को who also aspire, who wish to be there one day, who wish to be a part of Indian judiciary one day? What would be a general message that you would want to give them?
Yeah. See, first of all, I'll say that understand the provision, don't just, mug up the provision. First of all, understand what is there. Read the Bare Act really carefully, understand each and every word. That is the first advice I would give. And second advice, I would say that this takes a toll on you, right? It really exhausts you, because this requires consistency and patience. Then you should be, I mean, it's difficult, I'm saying this, but I have also experienced the same thing. It's really difficult, but one day it's going to happen. If you're hardworking, if you're aiming something like really big, then it will definitely happen. Don't lose your hope, don't lose your patience, just move ahead, work hard, and it will one day it will happen. So that I would say. Just
Okay. So, Ishita, your preparation strategies that you shared with us today, I'm sure, I'm hopeful that it will really help the other aspirants and other students also who are preparing for judiciary. It will give them a feeling of motivation, and how not to lose their willpower, and how to stay dedicated towards the preparation, even no matter how situation gets tough around you. So thank you
yes.
so much for taking time today for us, and sharing your strategy, how was your preparation and your journey of becoming a judge today. So thank you so much. It was really
Thank
nice talking to you, and all the best for your judiciary career ahead.
Thank you so much. And it was my pleasure, being here. So thank you so much for having me.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Ishita.